Everyone should own this book. Mindset by Carol Dweck. It's a groundbreaking read about the psychology of achievement and success. If you're on top of your game, you probably have read this book. The reason the book Mindset is so important today, I think about work from home, hybrid, the impact of COVID, the fact that workers have to do more from wherever they are. And, it's a responsibility of managers, leaders, coaches to find a way to keep everybody in the right frame of mind. All of this has to do with mindset. Here are my biggest highlights from mindset. Individuals with growth mindsets were consistently the ones that showed more character and more heart. Here were a few of their findings. 1, those with the growth mindset found success in doing their best, in learning and improving. It's exactly why they became champions. Number 2, those with the growth mindset found setbacks motivating and informative. And it was essentially that failure that became their wake up. In the fixed mindset, you don't take control of your abilities and motivation. You look for your talent to carry you through. You're not a work in progress, you're a finished product when you have a fixed mindset. And finished products have to protect themselves, lament, and blame. They have to do everything but take charge. Sound like anybody you know?
No!
When bosses become controlling and abusive, they put everyone into a fixed mindset. Author goes on to say that usually the victims of bad bosses are people that the bosses consider to be less talented. This can feed a boss's sense of superiority, but often the victims are the most competent people because these are the ones who pose the greatest threat to a fixed mindset boss. Warren Bennis says, too many bosses are driven and driving but going nowhere.
You were this close to losing your team.
The author points out that most people, when they first become managers, enter a period of great learning. They get lots of training and coaching, they're open to ideas, and they think long and hard about how to do their jobs. They're looking to develop. But once they've learned the basics, they stop trying to improve. It may seem like too much trouble, or they may not see where improvement will take them. They're content to do their jobs rather than making themselves into leaders.
What's happening?
Author goes on to say, many organizations believe in natural talent versus potential talent. Every word and action can send a message. It can be a fixed mindset message, which sounds something like this: you have permanent traits and I'm judging them. Or it can be a growth mindset message that says this: you are a developing person and I'm interested in your development. We should keep away from certain kinds of praise as coaches and leaders. When we say to children, quote, wow, you did that so quickly, or wow, look, you didn't make any mistakes, what messages are we sending? We're telling them that what we prize are speed and perfection. Speed and perfection are the enemy, actually, of difficult learning. The major factor in whether people achieve expertise is not some fixed prior ability, but purposeful engagement. The author says, don't judge, teach. It's a learning process. Many parents think that when they judge and punish that they're teaching, as in, I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget. What are they teaching? They're teaching their children that if they go against their parents' rules or values, they're going to be judged and they're going to be punished. They're not teaching their children how to think through the issues and come to ethical, mature decisions on their own. People with a growth mindset are also constantly monitoring what's going on, but their internal monologue is not about judging themselves and others. Certainly, they're sensitive to positive and negative information, but they're attuned to its implications for learning and constructive action. Saying, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? How can I help my partner do this better? A fixed mindset gets defensive or gives up easily when faced with obstacles. A growth mindset persists in the face of setbacks. A fixed mindset sees effort as fruitless or worse. A growth mindset sees effort as the path to mastery. A fixed mindset ignores useful negative feedback. A growth mindset learns from criticism. A fixed mindset feels threatened by the success of others, and a growth mindset finds lessons and inspiration in the success of others. As a result, a fixed mindset person may plateau early and achieve less than their full potential, while the growth mindset person reaches ever higher levels of achievement. The author talks about not playing all players equally, but about giving to all players equally. One of the most powerful messages in the book by Carol Dweck is to not judge, but to teach. In looking at the world and your relationships with your partners, your relationships with your colleagues, the relationships with your team, looking at it as a learning process. This is a must read for any manager, any coach, any leader who wakes up every day and has to get the most out of their people. So pick up mindset now, back to work.